Today I'm sharing 12 products you should stop using immediately and what to use instead. Now, I know some of you just love when I make these videos, and I'm saying that sarcastically because I know this is all overwhelming and we're not gonna be perfect, and I'm not saying you're gonna die if you use some of these products, but I do think we're surrounded day in and day out with toxic bad things, and it's just become normal. So if you can make small little changes here and there that add up over time, why not? All right, so number one, I'm starting with something I've definitely talked about before, but this one is so important to me, and I really think every woman should at least try to make this change. And it's just not using unhealthy deodorants anymore. But hold up, hear me out. I know all of you are immediately jumping to the ones filled with aluminum that you're seeing here on the screen. And yes, like these, in my opinion, are terrible. I know there's people out there that disagree with me, but I also wanted to call attention to certain brands that trick you into thinking that their deodorants are actually healthy because of their packaging. It might be clean and simple packaging, and it might say no parabens or sulfates, but it does in fact have aluminum hidden in the ingredients. So just be aware of that. And then other brands might not actually have aluminum, but it's filled with synthetic fragrances and scents. And sometimes those synthetic fragrances can have over 3,000 toxic chemicals that we're putting on every day in this area that can lead to hormone disruption, skin sensitivity, certain allergies, even certain diseases. There's one that I really want to recommend to you, and I am thrilled to be teaming up with them because I've loved this brand since like 2016, 2017, and it's Primally Pure. My mom gave me their deodorant years ago. She worked at a local health food store, and I loved it. I loved it. I used it all up, and that was like my beginning YouTube days where I was starting to test out and review tons of products, and so I used it all up. I didn't even know where she got it at the time. I kind of just got away from it, but I've recently rediscovered like this is the brand. The packaging is completely different now, but this is the brand that I loved back in the day. I cannot recommend their deodorant enough. I'm gonna recommend some other products for you to maybe try. Like look at their website. I'll have them linked down below. If you're interested in anything, my code is 15 Shea, and that will work for 15% off site-wide. Some things that I love about their products in general, everything has down-to-earth ingredients, like ingredients that you actually can read and pronounce, you know what the heck it is. There's no chemicals, there's no fragrances, there's no stupid fillers that are unnecessary. I love the Blue Tansy deodorant. They have other scents as well, but all of the scents are organic, clean, essential oils. This has rosemary extract, organic geranium, organic blue tansy. Another thing I love about their products, and I'm not just saying this, but their products are actually clean, but they actually work. And that is what some other brands are lacking. Like they might be clean and healthy, but they don't really work. And that's where, you know, clean deodorants can kind of get a bad reputation. But let's move on to another product I don't think you should be using, and it's Aquaphor. I know, this one you guys love. You probably use it all the time, but I think a better, healthier switch would be Primarily Pure's Everything Balm. You can really use this on everything, kind of like Aquaphor. But the thing is, Aquaphor is petroleum. Like that's just what it is. And overseas, the European Union, and granted, they're way more strict than the US, but they classify petroleum as a class 2 carcinogen, meaning it causes cancer, and they limit its use in certain cosmetics over in Europe. I just don't want to be using something like that all over my body all the time. And so this Everything Balm, it's amazing. Like literally, you can use it on your face as skincare. It doesn't break you out. Actually calms inflammatory responses like acne, eczema, dermatitis. It's great even as kind of like a lotion. Like I have dry legs sometimes. I'll put it on as a lotion. You can put it on your elbows. It helps with healing. Like if you got a cut somewhere, maybe a rash somewhere, you could put it on. It helps with your cuticles. Like literally anything you could think of, you can bust this stuff out and put it on, and it really, really helps. All right, let's totally switch gears here and talk about air fryers next. Yes, they can actually be pretty bad for you. I'm sorry, but there's some good ones out there. I just want to kind of explain the difference. So a lot of the typical air fryers, or the popular ones you see on Amazon, maybe at Walmart, wherever, they have a nonstick coating inside that is in fact convenient for cleaning, but the nonstick coating is filled with PFAS or forever chemicals. And so then when we put our food in there day in and day out and then cook them at super high temperatures, the forever chemicals then go into the food that we consume. And so there's some better options out there. This is actually one that's like a glass air fryer, and it rotates, and it just doesn't have any of the forever chemicals to get in your food. And then there's the Breville oven that I have, and I I do have the larger one. You can get a smaller one, but it has a lot of different functions like baking, toasting, air frying. There is no, forever chemicals in that. And it takes up some space on your counter, but I do think it is absolutely worth it. And I just love all of the other functions it comes with. But for those of you that already have the bad air fryers, don't worry, there is a solution. You can now get paper liners. So I can link those below. You just put the paper liners in the air fryer before you cook your food, and it helps to protect your food from the bad chemicals, but also easy cleanup, so that's a plus. But do not be wooed by the silicone reusable liners. Silicone can be good, but at high temperatures, it still can also leach bad chemicals into your food. I know, it's all just, it's annoying. Next we have dishwasher pods in plastic. Yes, this one's a new one for me. I didn't really know these were that bad, and it all just comes down to convenience. Sometimes the worst things are just the convenient things. You put them in your dishwasher and they're in plastic, and then like hot temperatures melts the plastic, and it just kind of puts a film over your dishes, and then you obviously eat the food on the dishes and you're consuming microplastics all the time. And again, this just comes back to kind of my intro. Like, I am completely aware that sometimes when I'm saying all of this stuff, it sounds so annoying and stupid. But the thing is, there's so much of this stuff that we're doing all the time, and it just all adds up. I think the much better option, these are a recent find of mine. They're by the brand Blue Land, and you can still have the convenience of the pod that you just stick in your dishwasher contraption thing, but there's no plastic, and it cleans dishes really well. It has really good ingredients, and I just feel better about using it on my dishes. And then we have plastic cutting boards. Stop using plastic cutting boards. I have also talked about this one before. A lot of people don't realize that when they're chopping up vegetables or really anything, all of the plastics being chopped off, you scrape it into your bowl or whatever you're making, and you're pushing all the plastic particles into your food. Now, the real reason I wanted to put this in the video is because I recently found this bamboo cutting board. It's so good on Amazon. Everything that I'm talking about in this video, like I said, I will link below in the description box. I'll also pin everything in the top comments. But this was like $12 on Amazon, $12 or $13. Sometimes I hate calling out pricing because it can fluctuate, but this one is so nice for such a good price. Again, it is bamboo. I love how there's like these divots around the end so it catches all of the juices. It's a really good size. It stays in place, and it's just so much healthier. I can also link this wooden cutting board set. A lot of people really like this one, where there's like 4 different kind of designated cutting boards for different things like bread, vegetables, chicken, meat, and then you can pull it out, and then there's no cross-contamination. So that's also an option. More people need to also be talking about toilet paper. I really don't think you should be using brands like Charmin, Ultra Soft. I mean, again, they're just filled with PFAS or forever chemicals. And maybe for guys, this isn't as big of a deal because they're only using it in one spot. But us ladies, we use it on our lady parts. There's literally like a gateway internally to our bodies. Again, these forever chemicals are going inside of us every single day. Like, we're wiping day in and day out over and over and over again. And over time, I really don't think this is a good thing. And so this is bamboo toilet paper, no chemicals at all. I mean, it's really great for the environment. They save trees. I mean, it's great for the planet. I don't even buy it because of that. I like this because it's just healthier for me and my family. So I can link the 2 brands that I really like. I like Better Way, and then I think it's Cloud Paper. That might be sold out, but I do just get it on Amazon. And then we have the car air fresheners. Stop buying the little trees, guys. Stop buying the little trees. And the thing is, I know a lot of people still do. I still see them hanging in people's cars, and they don't even look that cool either, but they're just really bad. I've already done my whole spiel on toxic synthetic fragrances, and these bad boys are mega potent, mega potent. There's even other ones that maybe aren't the little trees, but they try to look cooler, but still not good at all. And so if you really want something that's going to freshen up your vehicle, there's better options. Get this one. It's just pure essential oils. You just put the little pod in a little contraption that you clip onto your vent, like in your vehicle. And then when you turn on the air, it kind of like fills your air with a really healthy essential oil fragrance. Such a better option. And there's a lot of different scent options as well. You don't have to get the one that I got. Now, this is a hard change for me. I don't want to give up my Carmex. I love my Carmex lip balm. But the thing is, it has petroleum in it. It has a lot of other chemicals. There's like full-blown chemicals in this, and I need to stop, okay? There's a lot of other lip products out there. Like, if you read the ingredients, you can't pronounce any of it, and yet we're putting it on our lips, which essentially means we're ingesting it. Like, that's just the truth. Back to Primarily Pure. I wasn't planning on even putting these in the video, but they sent them to me, and they are just luxurious. They are so good. Again, you can read all of the ingredients. They're so smooth, and they're so nourishing. Like, I love these. So this one is grapefruit. I also love peppermint. They've got cocoa, creamsicle. They're glorious. I know I said I'd link them below, but just don't forget about that code. It is 15 Shea for 15% off site-wide. Toothpaste. Let's talk about bad toothpaste next. There's a lot of toothpaste out there I don't think you should be using. Yes, fluoride is a bad ingredient in my opinion, and I know a lot of you are gonna come for me saying,
"But Shea, you have horrible teeth problems. It's because you don't use fluoride."
but the thing is, when I had all my bad teeth problems and all the cavities, that was when I was using fluoride, and then I eliminated it, and now I don't have those problems anymore. There's some other brands that have triclosan in their toothpaste as well, like Colgate Total has fluoride. It also has triclosan. Triclosan is an ingredient, like an antibacterial ingredient that is banned in so many countries. Even Bed Bath & Beyond banned it from their hand soap because it's so bad. So I really don't think we should be using toothpaste with that ingredient that literally goes into our mouth. So these are my favorite toothpaste. I love Lumino. I also love brands that have the ingredient hydroxyapatite. That's one that actually helps to rebuild the enamel. I do actually love charcoal if it's really ground fine. I think it really kind of sucks out some of the toxins and bacteria in our teeth and really whitens them. These are my favorites, and maybe you could try one. Bad bed sheets. This is another one a lot of people don't talk about because people just go out, they'll buy a new set of sheets, maybe get a high thread count, maybe a new color, but they can actually be filled with toxic chemicals that you're sleeping in every single night for many, many hours a day. I always try to get one that is Ecotech certified. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but basically just means it's made with no bad chemicals. There's all these certifications that need to go into getting this certification. So that is something I always look for. I also really, really like my bamboo sheets that I've recommended to you guys. So incredibly soft, but it also is Ecotech certified. Organic cotton is also an option. I used to have organic cotton sheets, which I think are really good. They're just not nearly as soft. So that's kind of why I do prefer the bamboo. The next one isn't really a product you're buying, but a lot of you are still doing it, and it's drinking tap water. Stop drinking your tap water. Did you guys know that chemicals from pesticides, fertilizers, PFAS, which are forever chemicals, and other contaminants are found in nearly half of all tap water in the US? That is a lot. Stop drinking your tap water. It's definitely doing more harm than good. And I know drinking water is good, so just make sure that you're putting it through a filtration system, or you could invest in a reverse osmosis system. A lot of people are doing that now when they're building their houses. So a reverse osmosis thing is basically distilled water, where it removes all of the bad things. Like, it just removes everything from your water. And then if you want to add back in minerals, there's so many mineral drops that I love. You could do that, but yeah. Tap water, not good. This next one might be the worst one of the entire video. In fact, it's definitely the worst one of the whole video. Do not ever buy this. Do not ever use this. If you see somebody using this, stay far, far, far away. Like, I'm serious. It is Roundup. It's awful. It's a weed killer. I mean, it works wonders, but it has glyphosate in it, okay? And this has been known to cause cancer, so much so that they have had over 100,000 lawsuits from people that have developed cancer from using Roundup. They've had to pay out over $11 billion because of these lawsuits. And I think as of September 2024, like recent, there are still 54,000 lawsuits ongoing and more coming in all the time. Roundup is awful. If you want just a much healthier weed killer, I mean, just go back to the good old vinegar, dish soap, and salt. I mean, just put it all in a bottle, spray. It works wonders for killing weeds. That's the video, guys. Don't forget about Primarily Pure and that 15% off discount code. I'll link them down below in the description box, along with everything else that I recommended in this video. I'll also pin everything in the top comment. And again, you don't need to do everything that I talked about, but even making a few simple changes really adds up. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.